Hormone Balance Bliss Challenge starts tomorrow. See you there. Yes, it starts tomorrow. We are pushing on 100 women in this challenge. I am super excited for this challenge. I hope you are too. I know we had a great talk yesterday about 3 of my favorite things for hormone balancing, and I am super excited to get to share even more of them. Hey, Suze. How are you? And love you too. Oh, I love your screen name, Winnie Dog. How are you guys over here on Facebook, Instagram? I had so much fun singing that song, and I'm like, I need to make a whole rendition of my favorite things when it comes to hormone balance. So I'm gonna do that song. Look for it on Instagram Reels. I gotta write it out, but it's literally gonna be like, these are a few of my favorite hormone balancing things. Because there are so many. So I am gonna share with you, I'm gonna share with you during this 12-day challenge, 12 simple steps, 12 powerful tools that are really going to move the needle for you. If you're on my email list, you've been getting emails with some of the success stories from people who did it last time when we did it in November. It was super fun and super transformative, really. How many of you are like, I can't go through another year with hormones like they are now? If you're with me, let me know in the chat. Give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, a heart, whatever. You're like, I'm done. Like, life is hard enough right now with all the craziness going on. You know what I'm talking about. And, if your hormones are unbalanced, I'm just saying it affects your immune system. Most people aren't aware that hormones, immune system, best friends, besties. So if you want a supercharged immune system, guess what you have to have? Supercharged hormones. We think it's only about periods and I can't sleep and I can't lose weight and I have no sex drive and my hair is falling out and my gut's not right. And we think it's only about that. Sue says, just started having trouble sleeping. I'm sorry. Love you too says, that's me. I'm sorry. You're in the right place though. We think that hormones are only about these kind of chronic niggling things that we're aware of, which is part of the truth, but it's just like a little iceberg tip part. The whole truth is that most of the iceberg is under the ice. All you see is the little tip sticking up at the top. But if you go under the ice, you see that big iceberg mass. That's what got the Titanic, right? It looked like just a little ice floating on the water, and they went into it, and it was like the mother of all ice, right? Sunk the Titanic. Well, that's what sinks our health too. We think it's just this little thing sticking up. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble sleeping. I wake up in the middle of the night. Yeah, I'm gaining a little weight, right? For some of us, it's real extreme. Like I was 100 pounds overweight, right? So that's pretty obvious. For some of us, maybe we can't sleep at all and we need a prescriptive medication every night. That's obvious. But for a lot of us, it's just these little niggling things that we're like, I just don't feel like myself. I just feel kind of, my focus, my concentration's a little off. Maybe my mood's not quite right. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're a little snappier than usual, like snip, snip, snap at people. Or usually you're someone who wants to go and to everything and do everything. But now you're kind of like, I just stay home and watch TV. Anyone? I know you guys are. Some of you having that because I talk to you every day. So, you think it's just a little part sticking up above the ice, but you go down below, and the below is the stuff that really matters because it comes on like a tsunami because you're not looking for it. And that's where your immune system is affected by these hormone imbalances and you don't even know it. And then all of a sudden you get sick and you're really sick, or you get cancer and it's really bad. Well, most people don't realize that your immune system protects you against cancer. Yes, y'all. So just like getting an infection and getting sick is an immune system failure, cancer is immune system failure. So that's the big iceberg underneath, right? And then also your bones. You don't you don't have sensation in your bones, right? Someone hits you on the hand, you go, oh, that hurts, right? You have sensation. You don't have those nerves in your bones. So when your bones are wasting away and losing calcium, you don't go, ow, my bones hurt. You don't do that until they've gotten thin, 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 and then you fall and you break something. And then you're like, ow, well, that was, you were getting predisposed to that. So the part of your hormone balance, Sue says, stress, no weight gain, weight loss, can't have water before bed, but I feel pretty good. Well, I'm glad you feel good. That's awesome. So, the things under the iceberg are the things you don't know about because you don't feel them. When your immune system's having a hard time, it's not going like, hey, I'm having a hard time. It's not going, ow, that hurts. It's not doing that. It's silent. You don't even know about it. And you think you're cool, right? It's just this little niggling stuff, not really a big deal. I'm good, right? I just have some coffee in the morning, maybe a little double espresso. I have a little wine at night to wind me down, right? I call it the midlife tango. Coffee in the morning, wine at night. We mitigate, we medicate, we minimize. We're just like, oh, it's not that big a deal. Why? Because the medical establishment tells us, oh, it's normal for your age to have no sex drive, have difficulty sleeping, be tired, need coffee, need wine. Like, we're told this is normal, gain 15 pounds. It's not normal and it's not okay, right? Because under that ice is what sunk the Titanic. And that's what will sink you too, right? You think it's not that big a deal, but your immune system is like, oh my gosh. And your bones are going, help. And your muscles are like, we're dying. See, I'm still in my workout clothes. I went to a weightlifting class this morning because your muscles, man, they need help at midlife. So, what else? Your eyes are going, I'm dry. I don't have enough hormones. I'm sad. I could have seeing problems and blindness, but you don't hurt. Your eyes don't hurt, right? You think they're fine. What else? Your brain. Your brain is the most sensitive one when it comes to hormones. You have more hormone receptors in your brain for the sex hormones than you do anywhere else. Why? Because they're important for your brain health. Your brain doesn't have sensation though. You're not getting a headache going, oh, my brain is losing cells and getting amyloid deposits that could cause dementia. You don't have pain in here from that. But over time, when your hormones are out of balance, what's happening is your brain's kind of becoming, hey, Dr. Faith, becoming not happy. And how do you notice this? I went to the grocery store and then I got there and I was like, I knew I needed 3 things, but I couldn't think of what 2 of them were. Or, you used to be the one who thrived in a crisis. That used to be me, when I did OBGYN, it was like baby's coming, right? It was like a jumbo jet getting ready to land. And so it would always be this like potential emergency and I would thrive in that, right? Baby needs forceps to be delivered. I'm like, I'm on it. Stat C-section, I'm on it. But maybe that was you. And maybe now, you were the one everyone looked at your job when there were challenges to handle it because you were like the one who could take care of everything, right? Take care of business. But now maybe you're just not with it. You're not as sharp. You're not able to stick with it. And you think, oh, it's just not that big a deal. No, it is a big deal. It's a huge deal. It is what sunk the Titanic, that ginormous city of ice under the water. You just see these little things on top of the ice and you minimize it. Sue says brain fog, thinking steps clearly can get compromised. Yes. Hey, Kim. So it is a big deal. So you need to come join me for the challenge. Stop minimizing. Stop Stop doing the coffee, wine tango. Stop letting people create your reality and tell you, oh, it's normal for your age. I want you to look around and think of all the friends you have who are women your age, right? Right now, think about like 5 or 10 of them. Just picture them in your mind. Now, hopefully, you've got some friends who are on it. And maybe they're not friends. Maybe these are people just Maybe they're people you know from work or church or the supermarket or where you work out or whatever. And you look at them and you're like, I know she's the same age as me, but she looks amazing. She has vibrant energy. Her mental clarity is great. Her emotional stability, like she's not like a lot of my friends. So by the time we hit midlife, like 60% of us are overweight or obese and tired. That's 6 out of 10 of us. That's most of us. But I want you to look around at the people you know, and I want you to pick out the ones who aren't like that. And have you ever asked yourself, what does she know that I don't know? What is she doing that I'm not doing? Now, maybe you discounted it and you said, oh, it's her genes, and you hated her secretly for it. I know you do it. It's okay. I know you do. And you were like, oh, she just got good genes, right? It's not right. I used to have a nurse practitioner who worked with me for years when I did OBGYN. Loved her. She had a twin sister. And this woman, I won't say her name. She might be watching. I love her. If you're here, I love you. She took impeccable care of herself. Like she was in her late 50s, I think at the time after we had worked together for over a decade. And she exercised, she ate right. She did a whole lot of things. Like I knew what she was doing. And her sister was overweight, tired, on a lot of medications, had all these things. And what they were twins. Now they weren't identical, they were fraternal. So they have a little bit different genetic makeup, which makes it a little less, you can't draw conclusions from that. I love studies where they do identical twin studies. Those are my favorite. But people always hated my nurse practitioner because they thought she came by it naturally, genetically, that she didn't work at it, and they didn't know how hard she worked at it. And then they would meet her sister and they would go, oh, I guess you do work at it. Let's see. Sue says, people think that about me, but I watch what I eat and have for years. It makes me upset when people think it's just luck, but it's my journey, not theirs. Yes. Right? You got to work at it. And I know, Suze, you work at it because you're like always on here and sharing insights and tools and tricks that you know about. So I know you're doing the work because you wouldn't know the things that you know. So good job. It takes work, y'all. If you think it's going to happen, just like, you're just going to fall into great health. Like you might fall off the curb if you tripped. It's not going to happen. It takes effort. And unfortunately, it would be great if basic doctors like I used to be had the information to actually help you create vitality and create health and lose the weight and do all the things you want to do. But they don't. It's not their fault. They're lovely people, but they're not taught that. They're trained in corporate medicine, the business of corporate medicine. And that is one paradigm. Sue says, I'm open to learning. Yay! That is one paradigm of health. It's called, they're concerned with what? What is the diagnosis? What drug do I need to give you? What surgery do I need to do? That is mainstream medicine. It's wonderful for emergency care. If you're having a heart attack or you break a leg, you want it. But for these chronic problems that happen with aging, where you gain weight, you're tired, your metabolism slows down, your brain slows, everything starts slowing. Your bone growth, your muscles, everything starts slowing down. That's called aging. If you don't want to age like everybody else, like all your friends, look at them. I know you see them just aging before your eyes. You must do something. You must take action, targeted action. And I'm not talking about ordering something you see on the internet that pops up. This supplement will change your life. It is the one fix wonder. Just take it for 6 months. It will change everything. Because you all know that's BS, because you've bought them and I've bought them. They don't work. It's not one thing. I know everybody wants to be on the internet telling you all you have to do is one thing. It's going to change your life. And it does not, because your body is a super complex, beautiful machine. So you have to know the things to do, because otherwise, if you're trying all the things, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I know you've done it. It's not for lack of trying. Sue says it's about mindset first. Yes, high zone fitness 258. You've got to know strategy. You've got to do the right things at the right time, in the right order and the right amount. And you have to know all the things to do. And I know that you don't, because I talk to you guys every single day. I talk to people at social media. People email me in my challenges, in my programs. There is so much confusion about what is necessary. Like we talked the other day about intermittent fasting. People think, oh my God, that is the panacea for humanity. Intermittent fasting. Any of you tried it? And I see people all the time who are like, I did the intermittent fasting, Dr. Karen. It helped me for a while. And then I'm stuck. It's lovely to have wonderful myriad tools. Lovely. But we are not all the same. Number one, we have biologic individuality. So what's right for one might not be right for another. But how do you necessarily discern that? So this is why after my journey, I know how hard it was for me as a board certified OBGYN to learn the truth and use it for my health. Kept banging my head up against the wall, but I got a bigger toolbox. And so now that's what I do, is help women with my bigger toolbox. I see a whole bunch of eyeballs over here on Facebook, and nobody said hello. Please say hello. Let me know who's here and what you're thinking and what you're dealing with. Not for me. POTS patients can't do that. You can't expect one size to fit all when your gut microbiome is unique. Yes. And POTS is very serious. So you're all different and unique. So you need to know the strategies. So I'm super excited about the challenge. If you haven't joined it already, like I said, we are almost pushing at 100 women joining me tomorrow. 12 days, 12 simple steps. 12 days, 12 simple steps. Transform. It will transform your life. You will have a clear understanding of, where do I need to be putting my time, energy, and my money to balance my hormones and get my health where I want it to be. So I can deal with that morass of a city that's the iceberg under the ice that I don't even know about. Immune system, muscles, bones, eyes, brain, heart. We didn't even mention heart. Number one killer of women over age 50, heart attack and heart disease. Silent killer. You're just going along. We had a woman join the program in the fall, and walking, ticking time bomb for a heart attack. I can't tell you how many women I have plucked from almost having a heart attack. She had all the risk factors, right? Blood sugar wonky, but not diabetic. Cortisol a little wonky, but not needing a medication. Blood pressure kind of borderline, right? All the things mainstream medicine didn't really say she had a disease or was at risk, and she was at risk. And I had her go do a special test that mainstream medicine doesn't do. And oh my God, she had partial blockage in one of her arteries, in her coronary arteries. So there are things that are available to you that you don't even know about, because you're going to your $30 HMO copay doctor, who is lovely, but isn't trained in these things. So I had to go get this extra fellowship training to save my health and my life. And I am spending the rest of my life helping you do the same, because you don't even know what's possible for you if you go dig down under the ice and get rid of that big mass. And I am going to show you. So you can find out more and join us if you click the link tree bio wherever you're watching me right now. Go there and pick the Hormone Bliss Challenge. It'll tell you all about it. And if you'd like to join us, we would love to see you. We get started tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing all of you. Thanks so much for joining me. Mwah, mwah. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see some of you tomorrow. Well, wait, here's Robin. She's in one of my programs now. She says, my friend just had a heart attack, and she's in her 70s. She's waiting to see cardiologists to see what amount of damage and have the stents put in. Thank you for all you do. You're so welcome, Robin. Thank you. And I don't want you, any of you, to be that woman in her 70s. I mean, that's later, like it really starts increasing in the 50s. And unfortunately, you know, the corporate practice of medicine is not proactive about diagnosing cardiac disease early and treating it. So that's one of the things I can teach you about. Great. Mwah. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later.